What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and now it is time for the week 8 predictions of Zachary's predictions. I meant to say week 8 picks. I don't know why I said week 8 predictions, but here we go. Tonight's game, Thursday night, Redskins versus Vikings. The Vikings, they have been on a roll lately. They are 5-2, as you can see underneath them, and the Redskins, I think they faced the Dolphins last week and got their first win of the season. Either that or it was the week before. It was one of the two. Let me check. Okay, now the Dolphins faced the Bills last week. And the Redskins lost to the 49ers 9-0. I think the Vikings are going to win this one. I just think that this is just a given for the Vikings. The Redskins, they've been horrible all year long, except for the one game against the Dolphins, because the Dolphins are even worse. But surprisingly, they seemed like they were able to stop the 49ers pretty well last week. Either that or it was just because of the bad weather in that game. But the 49ers didn't score a touchdown against the Redskins last week. But I still think the Vikings are going to win. I just think they're way better than the Redskins, and I think this one is going to be an easy game for the Vikings. I see the Vikings winning with a final score of 35-7. Seahawks and the Falcons. Seahawks, they've been on a bigger roll than the Vikings. They're, 6-1? I think? Or 5-1, one of the two. And the Falcons, they have not been doing so hot this year. Last week, what did they do? They lost to the Rams. I think they only have one win so far this year. So I'm going to say the Seahawks are going to win this one easily. I think that obviously they're just the better team, but with also Russell Wilson is having an MVP caliber year this year. So I think the Seahawks are going to take this one easily. I think the final score will be Seahawks 35, Falcons 10. Chargers and Bears. Chargers, what did you do last week? Well, there's what the Bears did. They lost to the Saints, and the Chargers lost to the Titans. I think the Bears are going to win this one. I just think that the Chargers, they haven't been looking good this year, which is good for me and my Kansas City Chiefs. So I think the Bears are going to walk away with a win here. Just barely, though. I think the Bears will end up winning this game with a final score of 24-21. Lions and Giants. The Giants, they have fallen off again. Daniel Jones came in and gave them 2 straight wins, and then they have not won since. And the Lions, what did they do? They got destroyed by the Vikings. I think the Lions are going to win this one. I just, again, think they're the better team. Well, even without Kerryon Johnson, because apparently he's not going to be playing this week, or he's doubtful or something. But I still think the Lions are going to win. I think the Lions will end up winning with a final score of 16-13. Jets and Jags. The Jags, what did they do? Well, there's what the Jets did. They got blown out by the Pats. Of course they did. And the Jags defeated the Bengals by 10 points. I think the Jags are going to win this. Even though they're not an amazing team, I think they're better than the Jets at pretty much every position, apart from halfback and maybe strong safety, because the Jets have Jamal Adams. Yeah. So, I think the Jags are going to win this one with a final score of 21-17. to 13. Bengals and Rams. This is easy. Rams win. Even though the Rams got off to a 3-0 start, they went 0-3 for the next 3 weeks. And then last week against the Falcons, they won. The Bengals, they are still winless. The Bengals have not won a game yet. 0-7. Obviously, I think the Rams are going to win this one. Again, just think they're the better all-around team. Even though they haven't been living up to expectation this year. But I still think they're going to win. And also, it's in LA. So, I see the Rams winning with a final score of 27-10. Buccaneers and Titans. Again, Titans beat the Chargers. And the Buccaneers, what did they do? I think they might have had a bye last week, maybe. Yep, they had a bye last week. I think that the Titans are going to squeak this one out. Just barely, by the skin of their teeth. I think the final score will be Titans 21. Buccaneers 20. Eagles and Bills. Eagles, what did y'all do last week? There's what y'all did. You got destroyed by the Cowboys. And, oh wait, the Bills, yeah, they won. I think the Bills are going to take this one just barely. Because even though the Bills have the better record, I just feel like these teams are so evenly matched that this is going to be a close one. So I think that the Bills are going to win this one with a final score of 28-27. Broncos and Colts. Colts beat the Texans to take the top spot in the AFC South. And the Broncos got defeated by my Chiefs on Thursday Night Football last week. I think that the Colts are going to win this one. I think, again, they're the better all-around team. Even though we all thought that they weren't going to be that good this year because of Andrew Luck retiring, they have lived up to the expectations of millions of times beyond it. That made no sense, but I said it. So just go along with it. I think the Colts are going to win, obviously. I think the final score is going to be Colts 20, Broncos 7. Cardinals and Saints. Saints, y'all beat the Jags, was it? No, it was the Bears. And Cardinals beat the Giants. They got their second straight win. I think that the Saints are going to win this one, obviously. Alvin Kamara should be returning this week. So, yeah, I think, obviously, he's going to be the starter if he's returning. And isn't Drew Brees supposed to return this week as well, or sometime soon? Doesn't matter. I still think the Saints are winning without Drew Brees. I honestly don't know if he's playing this week or not. I don't remember how long he's out till. But I still think the Saints are going to win. I think that the final score will end up being Saints 35, Cardinals 10. Panthers and 49ers. 49ers are still undefeated. There is a possibility that we could have an undefeated Super Bowl this year. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but it could happen. The only way it can happen is if the 49ers win the rest of their games all the way up to the Super Bowl and make it to it. And if the Patriots win the rest of their games and make it to the Super Bowl. That's the only way we can see two undefeated teams in the Super Bowl this year. I mean, the Panthers, they've been doing pretty good lately, but they have not been doing as good as the 49ers. I'm sorry, Panthers, but you just haven't been doing as good as the 49ers. Definitely not. I think the 49ers are going to win this one, plus it's in San Fran. So, yeah, I think the 49ers are going to take this one. I do think it will be somewhat close, though. I think the final score will be San Francisco 27, Carolina 21. Texans and Raiders. Texans, last week they lost to the Colts. I thought that they were going to win that one, but they didn't. And the Raiders, don't remember what they did last week. Oh, wait, yes, I do. Because they got annihilated by Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. I think that the Packers are going to... Why did I say the Packers? This has nothing to do with the Packers. At least not right now, anyway. I meant to say Texans. I think the Texans are going to win this one. Because it's in Houston, and I think they're the better all-around team. I think they're the more physical, the tougher team. So, I'm taking the Texans this week. I think that the final score will be Texans 21, Raiders 17. Browns and Patriots. This is the Patriots' first game that could actually be a challenge this year. This is their first game that can actually be a challenge. Even though the Browns have not been doing that good this year. But this is finally a game that we could possibly see the Patriots lose. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but we could possibly see it happen this week. But I still think the Patriots are going to win. I think the final score will end up being Patriots 28, Browns 7. And then Sunday night, this was supposed to be the most hyped up game of the year. Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. But, unfortunately, Patrick Mahomes dislocated his patella last week on Thursday Night Football. But, there is a but to this. It is still possible that Patrick Mahomes could play this week. Yesterday, Mahomes was limited in practice. That does not mean he was a full participant in practice. But it does not mean he did not practice. He practiced. He practiced yesterday. Meaning we could possibly still see Mahomes versus Rodgers on Sunday Night Football. We could see the two State Farmers with the two star quarterbacks that are on State Farm commercials going head to head. We could still see that. However, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid has said that it will be a stretch for Mahomes to play on Sunday. But it is still possible that it can happen. And obviously, I think this game is going to be super close, even if Mahomes does not play. Because Matt Moore, he is not the worst quarterback ever. He's not a great one, but he's not a horrible one. However, I think that because of the game being on Sunday night and being in Arrowhead Stadium, that my Chiefs are going to come out on top, even if we don't have Patrick Mahomes on Sunday. I think the final score of this game will be Chiefs 38, Packers 35. And finally, Monday Night Football. Dolphins and Steelers, two teams that have been horrible this year. Obviously, with one being even more horrible than the others. and that one being more horrible than the other being the Dolphins. I think that the Steelers are going to end up winning this one. Again, just think they're the better all-around team, even though they're not an amazing team this year. They're not even a good team this year. They're probably not even going to make the playoffs. But I still think they're better than the Dolphins, and it's in Pittsburgh. So, I think the Steelers are going to win, with the final score being 21-3. That's right. I think the Dolphins are only going to get a field goal this week. So, those are my Week 7 predictions. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, share everything that's good, and I will see you guys in the next video. But, before I end this video, just want to let you guys know something. I think like an hour ago, I talked about my sub war against Coolboys the Awesome channel, and apparently, Supreme Ant from Deluxe Ant wants me to make a diss track on Coolboys the Awesome channel. And I'm going to say this in the next video too, if we can get my next video to 5 likes, I will attempt to do a diss track on Coolboys the Awesome channel. Not that it's going to be good, but I will attempt to do it. So, if you guys want that to happen, you have to get my next video to 5 likes. Alright, peace out.